Peace, y'all. How y'all doing out there, man? Bombaytlk, 6 o'clock, Friday. Y'all know how we do it, man. Said let me go and check in with y'all, do this little video. Y'all can find me on YouTube. Matter of fact, I'm going to post a link right here to my YouTube. I should be able to still do it. Won't even let me do it. I'll probably post it up later on. So you can find me on YouTube, man. I'm trying to load this up, man. Let the world see what Bombaytlk going on. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your prayers. I pray that y'all had a wonderful week this week. I pray that you was able to see all the successes and all the goals that you set to make. I pray that you was able to make those goals. I got a guest lined up for tonight. I don't know if he gonna be able to make it because of the situation. If he not, man, I'll save him for next week. If not, I most definitely had a topic to talk about. But first thing first, I said the name of today's show is This One for the Old Mediocre Niggas. Now, when I say mediocre, I mean like mediocre is like basic. This for y'all simple guys out there, for all y'all guys who see everybody winning in life, scoring all the points, and you feel like you can't score. You see all the guys out there getting all the money, getting all the girls, and you just can't get a dollar, and the girls don't want to talk to you for whatever reason. This show is dedicated to y'all. I just felt like having a conversation to the mediocre guys, man. I've been living, and I just realized, man, a lot of people don't think they can make it out here, man. A lot of people don't think they know what they're doing. A lot of people think, like, the world against them. People don't like them, and that's a hard way to live, man. That's a hard way to be looking at life. But I want y'all to look at President Trump. We just went through 4 years, probably the hardest 4-year presidency that we've ever seen in this nation, at the hands of Donald Trump. So we're going to look at Donald Trump real quick, just a real quick look at Donald Trump. I know we don't want to talk about him no more. We got a whole new president. We got a black vice president. You can say whatever she want. I done did the research. She got some black in her, but, we'll deal with them when they come. But I'm talking about this Trump dude for you mediocre niggas. Trump, we have just seen Trump go through 4 years of saying stupid shit, doing stupid shit, saying racist stuff. He got the whole world on 10 when it comes to being retarded. Trump do. And what do you get when you look at Trump? I'm saying, what do you take away when you look at Trump? Oh, man, he racist. Man, he ain't got nothing going on. Racist. He this, he that, he this, he a hater. Man, Trump is a billionaire. Let's just remember that Trump is a billionaire. Very few people have billions of dollars. I'm not riding with Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter. I can care less about them. For what going on, Miko? What going on, Muncie? Matt Town? I see all y'all, brother, man. Thank you for the support. But I'm talking to all these mediocre niggas today. And everybody who feel like the world be against them, or they can't go out there and be successful. They can't be, the baller. They can't be the president. They can't get skinny. They can't, you got people out there in the world who just feel like they lane was supposed to be at the bottom. They feel like they can't make it. You see them on the sidelines in the world. To be honest with you, mediocre niggas outnumber the winners in life. It's not many people out there who feel like they can make it. High confidence come a dime in a dozen. It's very few people just out there who feel like they gonna make it in life. Most people feel like the world against them. They feel like something about them not gonna let them make it. You know what I mean? Everybody got something against them. So I'm talking to these mediocre niggas. So I want you to look at Trump. After these 4 years of talking shit, not knowing what he was doing, just running his mouth, just being the roughest president we ever seen. Look back at Trump and remember one thing. If this fool could be the president, what can you do? I'm saying, what can you do if Trump could be the president? I'm saying Trump don't know how to talk to people. Trump don't know how to be a politician. Trump is a racist. You got all this stuff you can say about Trump, but he was the president and he's a billionaire. So if this fool can be a billionaire, what do you mediocre nigga think you can do with your life? That's what I'm saying. Look at Trump and say, this fool just made president. I'm talking about this man went from being a reality show host to being the president. How the hell you go from being a reality show host to a president? If he can do that, ain't no way in hell you can't go from prison to hosting your own show. Ain't no way in hell you can't go from prison to rapping. Ain't no way in hell you can't work on AC and coolers and shit just because you've been to prison. Ain't no way in hell you can't be a computer designer. Man, Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of college. I'm talking to you mediocre brothers out there. The ones who feel like the world is against you. The ones who feel like, you ain't got no place in the world. Who feel like you can't get in. Now, look at all these people in the world and in society who has made it. And look at they start. Very few of us start out in a good position. But I want y'all to look at Trump. I mean, for real, go through the 4 years and watch how foolish he was the whole 4 years. The things he said, the things he did, the debt that he put us in, the money that he gave us, the money that he took from us, the lies that he told. And this fool made president. If a fool can make president, what can you do in your life? That's the question I'm asking you. All right, now, more for the mediocre guys. Because if I'm going to give you some game, I'm going to tell you the truth too now. The mediocre guys, they outnumber a lot of the winners in life. So in life, you got the basketball team and you got that one good basketball player. And the rest of the people on the team, they mediocre. What they gonna do? Because the mediocre people outnumber the stars in life and the success stories in life. A lot of times the mediocre people get together and they plot against the guy who's the star. We see it in the Bible with Jesus. Jesus was God in the flesh. He was amazing. He was able to heal people, walk on water and everything. And all these mediocre, normal people got together and killed him. So I'm asking the mediocre nigga, don't get in groups of mediocre people and try to take down all the success stories. If you ain't got much money and you and your partners ain't got much money and you see that dude up the street who getting all the money, y'all don't get together and crucify him. Don't get together and gossip about him. Don't get together and slander his name. Don't go on IG or Facebook or YouTube, however you can get a hold of him and put negative comments in his life. Don't rob him because you can't get no money. If you a mediocre nigga, you need to get with all the stars that you can get. You need to look at them and say, what is it about them that made them a winner? How can I be just like them? You need to be looking at them folks and saying to yourself like, man, how can I be just like this dude? Because you ain't got to be mediocre. Mediocre is your decision. To sit in the mediocre and to be a basic nigga. Woman too, basic bitches, basic female. If you want to be basic, that's on you. If you want to sit back in life and let everybody make it. Because the mediocre people outnumber. I'm looking at life and I'm saying, why is it that I get so much flack from people? It's not because I'm a problem. Most of the time it's because they mediocre. Don't nobody want to go up and change. Like I'm around people and they want to gossip all the time. I don't gossip. So what they do, they get together and they make it look like I got a problem. Because I ain't mediocre. Like when I looked in the world, I said, man, all the great stuff that I wanted to be. One of my closest partners and mentors, he told me that if you want something different, you got to do different stuff. When everybody get in them circles and waste their time talking bad about people and waste their time talking bad about their situation, waste their time talking bad about their family, you know what I mean? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time with them folks. Do things different. When everybody else wastes their time watching TV, watching LeBron James be great, spend your time making yourself great. Do sit-ups. Do push-ups. Read a book. Don't be mediocre. Don't be the guy that's running around there trying to be, like everybody else. But think that you're going to get extraordinary, rewards. The people who get extraordinary rewards are the extraordinary people. And the only way to become an extraordinary person is to do extraordinary stuff on a daily basis. That means you got to practice that jump shot. If you seen that video I sent out about with Puffy talking about the jump shot, shooting it, and with Jordan hitting the shot, that's what it was talking about. Whatever you want to be in life, you got to start doing it. So that you can't blame nobody else for being mediocre. You and the mediocre guys can't get together and just go to hating on everybody who got something that they made out themselves. Now, for everybody who's not mediocre, for all you people out there who are not mediocre, who have done what you got to do to get ahead in life, whether it was save money, praise God, whatever it was that you did, for all you people out there that are not mediocre, I want you to remember the days that you were mediocre, them times that you didn't have, those times that you didn't know, them times that you wasn't there. And wherever you at in life, I ain't necessarily asking you to pull somebody back and pull them up and get them where you at. But I'm saying, don't speak negative about them. Leave them alone. Because just like you had a process that you had to go through, everybody going through a process. Just because you was able to save up $20,000, $30,000, $100,000, $1 million, don't mean everybody was put on the face of the earth to save that much money. Just because you was able to lose 100 pounds, don't mean that everybody around you is supposed to lose pounds too. Some people gonna die fat. Some people gonna die broke. Don't waste your time putting your mouth and your mind on things that you've already graduated from. Because that's a mediocre trait. A mediocre trait is to get ahead in life and then look back at people and be like, man, I can't believe you're not where I'm at. Man, I can't believe. No, you, by the grace of whatever, God, the universe, your ancestors, you got 10 steps ahead of somebody. If you made it 10 steps ahead of somebody, you know what you need to do? You need to sit your ass down, wipe the sweat off your brow, and say, man, I thank you, God, for helping me get here. And then look back at somebody that's running and be like, boy, I better keep running because he's trying to get where I'm at. I see him coming because that's how you were. Man, we don't need to be no tolerators and no haters. We need to be a world full of congratulators. Don't be mediocre in the sense that you're doing what everybody else doing. If everybody's stealing, you don't be the thief. If everybody lying, you don't be the liar. If you want to be extraordinary and not mediocre, because I'm looking out into the world right now and I'm seeing almost everybody I'm around got the same character. How you want to be different and everybody around you got the same character? If you come into a room and you just a person who doesn't eat meat, how can you make yourself an individual when you don't eat meat? Because there's a whole bunch of people out here vegan. A whole bunch of people out here vegan. How can you do that? I'm not saying that mediocre people are vegan. Nah, I'm just saying in a world full of people doing the same thing, you need to find a way to stand out. Stand out. I ain't saying, just be rebellious. No, I'm saying look at yourself and say, what about me I don't like? Man, I'm always talking down to people, man. People tell me all the time that I'm judgmental. I need to hold my peace then. I just need to zip my lip up every now and then. I just need to zip it up every now and then. Just be extraordinary in that fashion. And when you realize, I remember one day a couple years ago, I said to myself that I was going to cut out all the bullshit. Whatever I seen in my life that I really wasn't liking, I was going to cut it out. If I had a lying ass partner, stop fucking with him. If somebody owed me some money and didn't pay me, I didn't fuck with him no more. If I was around you and you did something I didn't approve of, I left you alone. And my life became so easy at that point. But I realized that after years and years of being like that, I made myself so extraordinary that I became different. See, it's different between being extraordinary and different. See, extraordinary means like every time you shoot the basketball, you hit it. Or you got a real good dribble. Like Kyrie Irving has an extraordinary basketball game. Michael Jordan had an extraordinary basketball game. But see, different means they got to design a whole nother frame for it. And everybody ain't going to design a whole nother frame for you. So you don't want to be different. Because different and difficult line up together. You just want to be extraordinary. But after years and years of me doing extraordinary, cutting off, like I ain't dealing with this person, I ain't dealing with that, I became a person who would isolate the people I was around because of the things that I didn't do. It was small little stuff that I just wouldn't invite myself into. Gossiping. I hate it. You're going to always hear me say two things I don't like. I hate liars and I hate gossip. Man, I cannot stand people who spend their time talking bad about people, especially when they're not there. If that person not around, man, that is like the worst thing you could do to somebody, man. Gossiping, man. We can get on a whole nother show about gossiping. But I'm going to let y'all know, right? A person ain't got... Let me tell you why I don't gossip. Me and my wife, we're cool. On comes her sister. Her sister pulls up, and all three of us are talking. Now, my wife walk off, and her sister come up to me after she walk off and be like, I don't like the way she do this. I don't like the way she be doing that. I ain't with the way she do this. Just gossiping about the person she was. Back when we was 9, she was like this. She used to do like this. And because I don't gossip, but I don't want to be a problem, I just don't say nothing. So I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. But I don't agree with her. It's my wife. I don't say nothing. I just keep my mouth shut. And I'm, yeah. And I walk off thinking the story over with. I ain't got to worry about that no more. But 6 months from that point, that I just sat back and just let her talk, her and my wife get into an argument. And she said, oh yeah, Opa-Locka feel the same way. I talked to him about it. And I'm looking at her like, no, I ain't never talked to you about it. Yeah, we talked about it. How she be doing, da-da-da-da. And now my wife looking at me like, I thought you loved me, but you spend your time talking about me with people. You tripping. And really, I wasn't even talking about nobody. I just sat up there and was like, yeah, all right. So that's why I don't like gossip. Because gossipers put you in them type of position. Anybody that come to you and be like, yeah, man, he be da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you like, yeah. Yeah, you need to get away from the phone. You need to stop him right there and like, look, man, I really don't be kicking it like that, bro. What you mean? I don't really rock like that. And then when you get around your partner, like when I get around my wife, I'm going to let her know, like, look, man, they were telling me this, that, and I ain't really with all that. If it caused the two of them to argue and fall out, that's cool. Because I'd rather my wife fall out with somebody who was talking bad about her for real, than her fall out with me because I was listening to him. And then the other question you got to ask yourself is, if a person feels comfortable talking to you about somebody that you rock with, how do they look at you? Like you hang out with this girl or you hang out with this dude all the time, and then somebody come to you and tell you stuff about that person. How do they look at you? They might look at you as stupid or naive, like you go for everything that they say, or they might think that you a hater too. Like, yeah, I don't like that person either, man. I ain't with that. You know what I mean? I don't like them either. I just be hanging around and trying to get their money. See, I ain't that type of person. I don't want to be viewed that way, so I don't hang around it. It irritates me. It blows me. Because that's the only thing I'm thinking. When you come to me and go to talk about somebody I rock with, the only thing I'm thinking that you set me up. Because sooner or later, you're going to run up on them and tell them I was talking about it too, and I wasn't. You know what I mean? So that's one reason. That's what mediocre people do. The groups of mediocre people, y'all get together and talk about everybody and stuff. Y'all don't spend y'all time trying to make yourself better. I'm going to tell you another thing mediocre people do. Mediocre people compete. They spend their time trying to outdo each other. They spend their time trying to say, well, my foot bigger than yours. My house bigger than yours. My clothes nicer than yours. I made more money than you last year. I'm doing this. That's a mediocre trait. People who are extraordinary spend their time creating. Whatever it is that they want, they spend their time trying to create it. They spend a lot of time in meditation. They spend a lot of time meeting up with people that just like them, doing what's called interdependency. I'm going to give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. In life, you got three types of people. You have the dependent. Dependent people are people who don't have resources. They are dependent on the state. They are dependent on their loved ones. They're dependent on somebody other than themselves to take care of them. If it wasn't for somebody else, they would not have anything. That's dependence. Then you have independent people. Independent people have found a way to make revenue or resources from themselves. They might grow a crop. They might sell something. It's something about them that generates its own money. They're independent. They don't really need no money. They don't need nobody else to generate income. And we're talking about an income level. But then you have what's called the interdependent. Interdependent people are people who are independent. They have their own sustenance, their own resources that they make on their own. But they're able to work with other people that are just as independent as them to make more revenue. And that is very, very hard to find in the world. That's why a lot of leaders can't get together. That's why it's hard to find two leaders in the same room trying to lead, because very few people are interdependent. Mediocre people can make it all the way to independence, but they most definitely won't make it to interdependent because they spend too much time trying to compete. They don't spend a lot of time trying to create. And when you're trying to create, you spend more time thinking than you do arguing. You spend more time speaking than you do like trying to show up. You know what I mean? And another thing about competition is a physical thing. And the physical thing is dependent on how big, how strong, and all other physical aspects. It is limited to those aspects. So if me and you get into a race and you just have bigger legs than me or stronger legs than me, you'll outrun me. That's because we're competing. But if I can create a way to be faster than you, and I can stay in my mind and create, I'll win. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of the creators. Michael Jordan was a creator. He spent more time trying to figure out ways to win than he did competing with people. That's why it was hard to compete with him. Because you might be bigger than him, but he's going to outthink you. Muhammad Ali was a creative person. He used creativity to win most of his competitions. And no matter how strong you was, no matter how fast you was, no matter how big you was, Muhammad Ali would figure out how to beat you. Kobe Bryant was another creator. They spent time trying to create new shots, create new ways to win. They spent more time thinking about the craft and how to make the craft better than they did competing with the people that was in it. Because if you become stronger than everybody in your neighborhood, that's a great accomplishment. But what happens when somebody from another neighborhood come over? See, the trick is to be stronger than yourself, because every day you can work harder than you did the day before. You can be creative. You can create a new way to be strong every day. But I most definitely want to reach a hand out to all you mediocre guys out there, because you outnumber the extraordinary. The advice that I have for you mediocre guys is that you can be great. All you mediocre people out there, You settle for mediocrity. That's something that you settle for. You will only receive what your mind gives you. If your mind, what's going on, homeboy? If your mind cannot think outside of what is given to you, if your mind can't think outside of the food that's given to you, if your mind can't think outside of the car that's given to you, if your mind can't think outside of the job that you have, then you're mediocre. You're practicing what's called mediocrity. You're living on a level that was handed to you. And ain't nothing wrong with being mediocre. But if you are mediocre, don't get mad at the extraordinary. Because the extraordinary people are those who decide to think outside of the box. Don't look at them like they crazy. Because they gonna win. Trust me, they gonna win. What they consider success might not be your success. Your success might be $13 an hour. Their success might be $5,000 a week. You know what I mean? But as long as they reach their success and you reach yours, we should be happy for each other. So don't get caught up in mediocrity. The mediocre people outnumber the extraordinary. And that was something that was created by the creator. What going on? What going on, man? I'm a partner. Yeah, D. Yeah, but anyway, we talking about these mediocre guys, man. And I'm saying if Trump can make president, if this bumbling fool can make president, what can you do with your life? I ain't got to open up a Bible to show you Trump. Trump was a bumbling fool. For 4 years, we watched this man get behind mics and say some of the stupidest things. When the coronavirus hit, the man said, people are dying who ain't never died before. He kept calling some Indian member of Senate Pocahontas. The man was racist. The man was crazy. He was insensitive, inconsiderate. He was doing all type of mess. But guess what? He's a billionaire and he's a president. So for all the messed up stuff that he is, he's rich and he was powerful. He made his way into the history books being stupid. So if he can make his way into the history books by being pure stupid, what can you do if you polish up your mind? If you polish up your heart? If you polish up your emotions? All right, mediocrity. We getting back on you mediocre brothers because y'all outnumber the extraordinary. The mediocre brothers outnumber the extraordinary. This show is dedicated to the mediocre brothers. Not because I don't like y'all. It's because y'all don't realize what's in front of you. Your mind is not grasping hold to the fact that you can be great just like them people that you hating on. All them people that you looking at saying, man, he keep them bad, bro. Man, he keeps some money. Man, he just so cool. You could be just like them if you focus your mind on something other than comparing yourself to the people that's around you. You can be greater than Trump if you focus on being that way. But if you think that you can't get into that room, you won't get into that room. If you think that you can't get that type of money, you won't get that type of money. If you don't think you can get that girl, you won't get that type of girl. Now, here goes something else, because I'm talking about the girls now. This is something that the mediocre guys be doing too now. I got to make y'all laugh now. This is a mediocre guy activity. Hey, man, y'all get out these girl DM with this 3rd grade, 5th grade, 7th grade shit, man. That for real. Like, I done seen this over and over since I've been, like, from prison all the way on out. Like, you got to get out these girls DM with this, I remember you from 3rd grade. Like, this 3rd grade shit got to go, man. Like, y'all a whole nother person from 3rd grade. Like, if you see the girl and you like the girl and you went to school with her, just pull up like, hey, man, you remember me? We went to, like, man, you from da-da-da-da? Yeah, but all this, I remember you back when we was in 3rd grade. I had a crush on the girl ain't had no hips. She ain't had nothing going on. These people look totally different than they did back from middle school. That is a mediocre guy. Come on. Like, he don't want to come out and just be like, hey, man, what's going on? You know, my name's Opa-Locka, man. I want to holler at you or whatever. I got to bring up the fact that I remember you from 3rd grade. Man, you know, who remembers somebody from 3rd grade? If a girl walk up to me and say she remember me from 3rd grade, I'm putting a restraining order on her because you probably been stalking me. Like, y'all got to take these books, these fake books, and these Instagram stuff. They got to stop taking this shit for real. Like, that's a mediocre guy. That's a mediocre guy attitude. Like, I remember you back when we were 9 years old. We used to chunk sticks at each other. We used to play tic-tac-toe. And I used to write the little letter to you. Man, y'all was 9 years old, man. Man, come on now. That's a mediocre guy activity, man. That's a mediocre guy activity. Now, if you don't think that that's funny, it's probably because you done did it. It's probably because you done did it, and you might have done one with the whole I know you from high school thing. Man, if you 40 years old, I don't remember nobody from high school. You need to go holler at your teachers. They might give you some play or something like that. But that's a mediocre guy activity. That's a mediocre guy game. But for you mediocre guys out there, man, you can be great. I don't even know what put this on my heart. I was just thinking, I was like, man, they outnumber the extraordinary. Like it's so many people around you, and you be looking at them like, man, I'm just looking for somebody who want more out of whatever. Like I'm just looking. You hit the basketball court, and the good basketball players are outnumbered by the bad basketball players. You know, you go to singing, and the good singers are outnumbered by the terrible singers. The good rappers are outnumbered by the bad rappers. But the problem is, the bad rappers and the mediocre people get together and they hate on the extraordinary. They hate on the extraordinary. So if you don't pay no attention, I'm talking about in your mind, if you don't pay no attention, you'll think that mediocre people are cool. Because it's more of them. They like, hey man, that shit ain't what's up. Man, that shit's wrong. That shit ain't being said right. It's supposed to be said like this. But you a mediocre person. It's a bunch of y'all. It's a bunch of y'all. And I'm going to tell you something great I heard. That no matter how many people agree on a certain opinion, no matter how many people agree on something, if 1,000 people say the same thing, but they ain't got no knowledge on it, their advice is worth nothing. If 1,000 people come to you and say, turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left, you need to turn left, but they don't know where the fuck to go, they ain't got no map or nothing, don't listen to them, man. Don't listen to people who it's just because it's a bunch of them saying go the right way. You ain't got to listen to them, man. They're mediocre, man. Make your own lane in life. Create your own wave and ride it. Don't be scared to be the only person doing what you're doing. Consistency will keep you from being mediocre. Being consistent and doing things that everybody else ain't doing. Them weird push-ups, them weird sit-ups, that crazy way of stretching, that crazy way of boxing, whatever it is, if you consistent in it, everybody else will be like, I ain't never seen nothing like that done before. He ain't gonna be able to get it, man. I don't see him being able to get it. But before you know it, what everybody thought was crazy, it's gonna be extraordinary. And what they doing is gonna be mediocre. So if you don't wanna be a run-of-the-mill guy, just somebody that you can find, run-of-the-mill mean like Fruit of the Loom. You can find Fruit of the Loom everywhere. Fruit of the Loom is everywhere. Walmart, Target, Kohl's. You find Fruit of the Loom everywhere. But you don't find Versace or Armani or Polo anywhere. They sold at selected stores. So if you want to be cut from a different cloth, you're going to have to make yourself exclusive. And how do you make yourself exclusive? By doing extraordinary things. By not going for what everybody else going for. Sometimes it hurt being the only person saying a certain thing. Sometimes it hurt being the only person doing a certain thing. Sometimes it hurt being the only person who think a certain way. But man, when you get that reward for being special, man, when somebody walk up to you and be like, man, don't nobody else think like you, man. Or man, I just want to hear what you got to say, man, because don't nobody else look at it like that. And ain't nobody else going to tell me the truth. Because man, you'll be surprised at all these liars out here, man. Liars are the mediocre people out here. They outnumber the people who tell the truth. So when you find one person that'll tell you the truth, right, don't you treasure them? If you find one person in your life that'll tell you the truth, you should treasure them. Because most of the people that you're around lie to you. So when you find one person that look at you and be like, nah, them shoes don't look good. Or nah, that rap lame as hell. That rap lame as fuck. I mean, they ain't gonna let you just go out there and laugh at you. Cause how many partners you got that'll just sit back and watch somebody and laugh at them the whole time? I mean, that's mediocre. It's a whole bunch of people out there hating on you. But if you take yourself out of that old hating ass circle and be a congratulator or somebody to tell somebody the truth, you make yourself extraordinary. Now, something else that's extraordinary. This anger towards black men. I had to get on this because of what's going on out here, man. I don't know what it is. Man, I almost wanted to pray today, man, on live, man, because, man, bro, we lost 2 rappers in the last 10 days, man. 2 rappers in the last 10 days. And now, look, during that time, I'm sure that there was a bunch of kids, a bunch of fathers, a bunch of brothers, a bunch of black men and women who probably lost their lives due to gun violence. But I'm talking about these rappers, how we are searching out rappers to take out. Listen, man, could y'all please let people live to see 35, man? I don't know where we get this idea that dying in the street at the age of 26 is something that we want to do. I'm 37 years old. And I know that at 26, the way that I think now and the way that I thought back then were 2 different things, man. 2 different ways, man. We cutting people down before they can actually live life. These fathers, man, when we look out into the world and we see these men lost that won't fight and all they want to do is shoot, when we see these men rocking pink, wearing tight pants, trying to look like women, it ain't because they were born that way or God did it. It's because they ain't got no father figures, man. We killing each other and going to prison for it. Take it from me. It ain't what's up. Y'all give these folks some time to live, man. Y'all taking out, man, them folks couldn't even enjoy their money, man. Mo3, King Von, Pop Smoke, FBG Duck, man, all the Nipsey Hussle. Man, we losing too many of these brothers who really got opportunities to help people. We not even allowing each other to help each other, man. Man, it ain't, man. It shouldn't be that the KKK on cruise control, man. They set their thing on cruise control. The man said, all we got to do is put some liquors and some guns in their neighborhood and they'll kill each other. Ain't no way them folk supposed to be able to say that on TV. And know that ain't nobody going to do nothing to them. Because if I go to the wrong neighborhood wearing this hat, somebody might get behind me. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Why you going to kill me because I'm from the other side of the street, man? I ain't got no control over where God made me at, man. I ain't got no control over where my mama moved to, man. Y'all killing each other over neighborhoods that you don't even own. You don't even own property in this neighborhood. And y'all knocking each other off. Y'all claiming streets that don't claim you. Y'all representing cities that send you to prison for the rest of your life, man. And I ain't telling you this because I'm judging you or nothing like that. I just came out of prison my damn self. I'm speaking from experience. I was one of them knuckleheads at one time that'll hurt you for some money. And what I'm saying is we got to start giving each other some time to live, man. We got to start giving each other some time to live. Man, you see a young brother with some money, man, salute that man because it's hard out here right now. Man, it's hard on the black man, man. Y'all start letting each other live, man. I have personally watched men lose their life for nothing. And I'm tired of it, man. I can't watch the videos, and then the way that we talking about each other, man. No disrespect to what nobody believe and how stuff going on in other states and cities. But, man, we got to have some type of heart, man. Like I'm talking about, we killing kids and then going on live and laughing about it, man. We making it, man, what the hell they got going on with us, man? We done took on the mindset of some Spartans, man. We thinking like Greeks and Vikings, man. We thinking like real cannibals. We real uncivilized with each other. A 25-year-old get knocked off, we go on live and laugh about it. 2-3 days later, another young black man get killed in the middle of the road. We joking about it and making it a game. It's not a game, man. You only get one life to live, man. Y'all give each other a chance to live. Before you have a dream tonight about hurting another black man, have a dream tonight about raising one. Have a dream tonight about starting your own business. Have a dream tonight about working out and being a better person. Have a dream about getting closer to God. Don't have no dream about shooting some nigga, man. Don't let that music and them books and the movies trick y'all, man. Don't let that stuff trick. Don't let the lies that these guys who ain't never lived their life tell y'all. Don't let it trick you, man. Don't let these lies trick y'all, man. You talking to a guy who did it for real. And I'm telling you, it don't pay, man. It does not pay. I'm going to say this, then I'm probably going to be out. Man, it was a chicken. It was a chicken. And he fell off the chicken bus. Oh, he fell off the chicken bus. And he fell off the chicken train when they were taken to the chicken factory. He just so happened to fall off of it. It was all the chickens on the bus. They ain't know where they were going. Oh man, we going to the club. It's gonna be all right, man. It's cool. We part of the chicken gang. We about to go to the club. But this one particular chicken happened to fall out at the gas station. And he looked and he seen up the street, he seen, damn, that's a chicken factory. That's Purdue. He looked back the other way. He seen the street they came from. That's where they called him at. He looked back at Purdue. Guess which direction he went? He went that way. He went that way. But before he left, he promised himself that he was going to tell all the other chickens that van, that bus that y'all jumping on, it ain't going to the club. It ain't no such thing as Club Purdue. Purdue is the chicken factory. They killing you, they cooking you, and they selling you. And that's the guy I am. They fucked around and they let me out of prison. They let me and a whole bunch of us out of prison. But they let me out. And I'm just the guy letting y'all know that it ain't no club, man. Chain Gang ain't no club. I made it out that guy by the grace of God, man. It was luck that I ain't dying there. It was luck that I ain't get robbed. It was luck that I ain't get stabbed up. It was luck I ain't get raped. And I ain't gonna act like I was a chump, but it was luck, man. At any given time, I could have failed weak. At any given time, ain't nothing about me special, man. But I will say this. It ain't no club in there. And they got y'all tricked on these music videos wearing these orange jumpsuits, acting like it cool. These guys got y'all tricked on these phones in prison, holding these little androids, acting like they living life. Bruh, it ain't cool enough. We making do with what we got when we in there. And I ain't knocking anybody that's in there, eating your little soups, putting your little cheese in it, crushing up your crackers. I grew up in prison from the age 16 to 36. I grew up in the joint. I understand it. But bruh, We not living in there. There ain't no living in the system, man. It ain't no living. It's a bunch of mediocre ass niggas in there hating on the extraordinary, man. They finding every which way they can to steal from you, to click up. These little mediocre guys clicking up and taking stuff from real niggas. You don't want to be going out like that. These guys are, man, you get your ass and sit your ass down. And don't be one of these fools out here in these streets, man. Please, man, give each other time to live. If you got kids out there, sit down with your kids. If you got a woman out there, love on her, man. Don't be mediocre. Don't be one of these guys that's figuring out ways to cheat. Don't be one of these guys that's figuring out ways to be a deadbeat. Don't be one of these guys that's figuring out ways not to have no relationship with whatever God you think is the God of the universe. Don't be no mediocre, man. Be extraordinary. You most definitely can be extraordinary in your life, man. You most definitely, all you got to do is set your mind on something great. And every day, keep thinking about it. I promise you, if you keep great things on your mind, sooner or later, you're going to start making them footsteps towards it. Once you start making them footsteps towards it, the universe can't help but start serving you, man. The universe, man, the law of attraction says that the universe has a weird way of wrapping itself around your dominant thought. So if you think about death all the time, don't be surprised. If you think about it and you talk about it and you do things that put you in death way, you're probably going to die soon. If you think about money, if you talk about money and you put yourself in the way of where money at, you're probably going to have you some money. So I'm begging y'all to put yourselves in some extraordinary mind states, to say extraordinary things. Take out 2 hours out your day and just be quiet. Early in the morning, look online and study that whatever it is that you want to do. Go on YouTube and learn how to do that art or craft that you've been studying. If it's religion that you went to, pick out a time a day, 15, 20 minutes and pray. You know, put your hand on your head and ask yourself, man, I'm going to tell y'all something real fly, man. I know I talk so much, but I'm going to say this, then I'm out of here. But, man, your mind has to be capable of perceiving the blessings that are in front of you. If your mind cannot perceive the blessing that's in front of you, it might as well be a curse. If you can't see the people that are around you as good, if you can't see the situation that you in as a blessing, if you can't see what's right there in front of you, then man. So in the morning, when you get the chance, pray for your mind. Pray for your mind. Put your hand on your head and pray that you don't be confused. Pray that you can see through all the BS that you come up with. Don't create your own illusions. Fix your own, personality defects. We got personality defects. Some of us walk around with a chip on our shoulder because of what somebody did to us. This loneliness thing, I can go through life by myself. I don't need nobody. Or this thing where everybody gonna use you. Everybody not gonna use you. Some people not like your ex-boyfriend. Some people not like your daddy. Some people not like that girl from last week. Some people are good. And if you walk through life feeling like everybody gonna do something to you and everybody lying and everybody got theft in them, man, you a mediocre ass nigga, man. Extraordinary people lend their hand to people. They take chances. They're not so suspicious of people. They take a chance. They not so quick to be so negative, man. So y'all want to be extraordinary in life, do extraordinary things. Practice them extraordinary things, man. Figure out how to speak. Figure out how to speak to people without offending them. If you can't talk to somebody without offending them, the problem ain't them. It's you. The problem is you. If every day you get into a fight, it ain't them. It's you. You know what I mean? If every day you got to sometimes look at yourself and be like, man, I'm beating my hands raw. Is it them or is it me? Sometimes it's you, man. Sometimes you got to if you're grown, you got to look at yourself. There you go, Miko. There go my partner, man. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the network too, man. Get around people who got a positive mindset. Get around a group of people who are going in the right direction. My partners, man, most definitely. Next show, I'm probably going to have somebody from the network on here. When I was in prison, man, we had a group of guys who studied what I'm talking about. Law of attraction, doing things the right way, character building, spiritual enrichment. And it was a group of them. No, we wasn't Christians. We wasn't in gangs or nothing. We were just a bunch of real-ass nerdy niggas. Some real nerdy street niggas. And we studied books and we encouraged each other in doing the right thing, man. We studied books like As a Man Thinketh, The 8 Pillars of Prosperity, At the Feet of the Master. We studied great books, man, and we would get on conference calls. And I'm going to put the number on the next episode. I'm going to put the number on it. And we studied great books, man. And we used to have all types of great conversations, man. We would send out literature to each other. We would write it. We would all get together. Man, and listen, when you around people in such a negative place, y'all look at prison and think that prison is just full of the worst of the worst. And it is. But to be honest with you, the worst of the worst is a bunch of mediocre ass niggas. All them niggas doing the same shit. And if you don't watch yourself, you be doing the same shit with them. So what you do is you get around, you look around you, and you say to yourself, man, look at them guys over there fly. They keep their clothes clean. They always working out. They talk right. They always got something going on. You know what I mean? I want to be just like them. And what we would do is we would recruit you. We'd come to you and be like, hey, man, you want to be like us? Read this book. 27 pages, man. You don't know how simple it is to do the right thing. A dude told me earlier this week, he said, man, I don't need no poetry to do the right thing. We were talking about the Bible, and I'm not big on the Bible either. I love the Bible, but I'm not, a Christian's Christian. And he was saying that he don't need poetry. He don't need poetry to do right. Like, I ain't got to go look and read a book and it tell me that I shouldn't kill somebody. You know what I mean? When you reach a certain age, you really shouldn't need them training wheels. But if you do, that's cool. That's cool. Ain't nobody here to tell somebody that you immature if you study the Bible or that you lame if you a Muslim. No, man. Everybody needs something that's gonna pin them down to what's right. Everybody do. Everybody got some type of script or something that they follow. Even if you consider yourself a non-believer, there's something that you believe in. Even if it's doing right, brings back right. But I'm gonna leave with this. For all you mediocre brothers out there, man, know that you mediocre by choice. God didn't create you to be mediocre. He didn't create you to be lame. He didn't create you to be silent. He didn't create whatever it is about you that you don't like and that you think is just your lane. You weren't created that way. You decided that. You decided to be a lame. You decided to be a hater. You decided to snitch. You decided to steal. You decided to cheat. Whatever it was about you, you have decided to do. And you can decide to do different. You can decide to do different. And I'm not telling you that you bad because you decided to be a square. I'm saying you're square because you decided to be a square. And if you want to be extraordinary, all you got to do is today start making steps. Start making steps. Start reading books that you think you should be reading. Start studying the people that you think you should be studying. If it's somebody around you that has admirable traits or said the thing that you want to say, befriend them. Stop being that person that don't want to ask a person how to do it. My generation went to prison because we were scared to be mentored. We went through life just doing shit. Having sex, having kids, don't know how to be a father. Pulling out guns, shooting at people, don't know how that we killed somebody. We don't know what we were doing. We going out robbing people, catching 20 and 30 years for regular robbery that cost $500. We could have sold the gun and made more money than we did robbing somebody. But we didn't know we didn't have nobody to teach us. So, I mean, don't be that person that's scared to go out there and ask somebody, man. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I already said, as a man thinketh. 8 Pillars of Prosperity. I'm going to tell you a book that really changed my life, man. This book changed my life, and it was the chapter at the end of it. Tony Browder. I want to say the 3rd edition, Browder Files, the one I had. I still got it. But at the end of that book, he said that he named, I think, 45 million Africans was at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean due to the triangle trade. And the way he described it hurt me so bad to my heart, man. Just to know that it was so many Africans getting thrown over them boats that they say that the sharks shifted their migration because of it. Sharks now swim in the Atlantic Ocean in a certain direction because for 400 years, Africans were getting thrown over the side of boats and they were feeding on them. Can you imagine somebody just snatching you up and you ain't know where you was going, man? Your mind is filled with so many fears. You on this water, and then they chain you. You can't understand what they saying. They chain you up and they throw you and your child over the side of a boat. Man, what the? I'm not even gonna talk about that right now because we had a positive note. But mediocre guys, man, y'all can be as extraordinary as you want. For everybody that's listening to this, for everybody who is trying to be great in their life, I'm letting you know that if you put your mind to doing it, you can be it. If Trump can be president and a billionaire, man, you can most definitely accomplish whatever you put your mind to, man. You most definitely can accomplish whatever you put your mind to. This King Opa-Locka, man, Bombaytlk, y'all see it right there. Man, y'all spread the word, man. Y'all hit that button on YouTube, subscribe, like the videos, man. I got all type of videos coming up. I'm so proud of y'all, man. I want to see everybody that watch this show. I want to see you prosper. My prayer for y'all is that my prayer for y'all is that business, opportunities, success, prosperity. I want it to overtake you at every corner. Everywhere you turn, I want you to be attacked with the things that you pray for. I want you to be so overwhelmed with blessings that you raise your hands up and say, man, what did I do to deserve this, man? I want you to live your days and recognize the grace that God has given you. I want you to realize the beauty that's in this universe. And I want you to allow other people around you to live. Stop tearing people down. Stop ripping people up in your mind, with your mouth, with your hands. Man, I'm so proud of all y'all, man. Trust me, for everybody who support this, for everybody who watching this, check this video out on YouTube after it's over. I'll probably put some edits on it, man, but I want to see y'all blessed, man. God bless y'all. May the universe continue to cover y'all. May your ancestors be good to you. May you listen to all the guidance, man. I'm out of here, man. Y'all brothers be blessed. Bombaytlk, man. I'm out of here.